Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azizatul Alia. My study program International Business Administration Class A. I will presentation about job sheet 7, structural decision and infrastructural decision. Introduction. Background. Operation management can be defined as the branch of management that deals with administering, designing, and monitoring manufacturing process and restructuring business activities in the creation of products and services. This process allows a company or organization to ensure that its operation or business activities are efficient in relationship to the use of limited and effective resources in meeting customer needs or SIM&C Goal 2010. Companies and organizations develop operating strategy to ensure that this is achieved or Barnes 2008. Operation strategy can be defined as the process of ensuring that products and services are produced and delivered on time to customers. Operation strategy is very important because it allows business to achieve their goals and objectives. They also enable them to achieve a competitive advantage over the competitor, developed 2010. Definition of structural decision and infrastructure decision. These structural or organizational decisions are decisions taken by members of the organization who have land position regarding issue of a land of common nature. Because decisions of this type are directly related to organizational life, they are also called organizational decision. The definition of structural decision is the understanding of a group or a collective term, so that in practice the structural decision taken by structural member or land leadership members have various form and characteristic. However, all these decisions directly refer to or lead to the fulfillment of the main task or mission, namely to produce everything that upholds the survival of the organization. In operation management, infrastructure decisions are a type of decision that determine how company resources are used. GMS year 2011 they are divided into 4 categories: planning and control, inventory management, capacity management, and supply chain management. Categories of infrastructure decision. Point 1. Planning and controlling. This production planning and control can be defined as the direction and coordination of company resources to achieve predicament goals. Production planning and control helps achieve interrupt flow of material through the production line by providing material at the right time and quantity required. Point 2. Investment management. An inventory management system or inventory management system is a combination of technology or hardware and software and process and procedure that oversee the monitoring and maintenance of goods stored by a company. These goods can be company assets, raw materials, or finished products that are ready to be shipped to vendor or end customer. Currently, most inventory management systems can be integrated with other systems such as accounting system, purchasing system, and even become part of an ERP system. Point 3. Capacity management. Capacity management is managing the available capacity to ensure that resources are used optimally. To put it simply, the business has a limited number of hours available from its resource, and the goal here is to maximize and value obtained within a defined limit. Managing the available capacity by rule is a great way to compare the available resource with the time the rule will take for a particular project. Going a step further, analyzing capacities can give you an idea of the composition of the human resource in the company and whether any of these matches actual needs. Point 4. Supply chain management. Supply chain management is the management of the flow of goods and services and includes all processes that transform raw materials into final products. It involves activities downstream of the business supply side activities to maximize customer value and gain and competitive edge in the marketplace. CGM, respect the effort of suppliers to develop and implement a supply chain that is as efficient and efficient possible. How supply chain management works? Typically, supply chain management serves to centrally control of links their production, delivery, and distribution of products. By managing the supply chain, companies can cut its costs and get products to customers fast. This is done by maintaining digital control over the company internal inventory, internal production, distribution, sales, and vendor inventory. Supply chain management is based on the idea that nearly every product that enters the market results from the effort of the various organizations that make up the supply chain. Even though supply chain have been around for a long time, most companies are just starting to notice it as a plus to their operation. Important decisions involved in operation. A useful framework for thinking about the diversity of operating decision is provided the collective effect of these decisions that limited on the strategic capabilities of the operating organization. Operation strategy decision categories, structural decision. Point 1. Capacity number, type STEM. Point 2. Source and vertical integration, direction rank balance. Point 3. Facilities, size, location, specialization. Point 4. Information technology and process, degree of automatic lead versus follow. The first four categories of decisions are usually viewed as structural because they prescribe decisions about the physical brick and mortar attributes of the organization, such as the amounts of production capacity or service delivered provided. Infrastructure, policies, and system. Point 1. Resource allocation and capital budgeting system. 1-2. Human resource system. Selection, skills, compensation, job security. Point 3. Work planning and control system, process of aggregate planning, scheduling, control or inventory and or waiting time savings. Point 4. Quality system, defect prevention, monitoring, intervention, and elimination. Point 5. Measurement and reward system, measure, bonus, promotion policies. Point 6. Products and process development system, the leader or follower of the project team organization. Last point, organization centered various disciplines, decision which delegates the roles of staff groups. The other 7 categories of decision called infrastructure describe the system, policies, and practice that determine how the structure asset of an organization will be managed. In that set, they are analogous to software that directs computer hardware to carry out tasks in a certain way. Okay everyone, that I will give one of the video about the supply chain of smartphones.
While you're watching this video, it's probably safe to assume that you're within arm's reach of your smartphone device. In fact, there are over 5 billion people around the world that own a smartphone. That's greater than the number of people who actually own a toothbrush. The overall economy around the smartphone industry is roughly $3 trillion. An average person spends over 5 hours a day on their smartphone device and checks their phone roughly 80 times a day. In my case, of course, it's over 100 times a day. So let's think about what does it really take to get this game-changing consumer electronic product into your hands. So there are over 600 component parts that make up a typical smartphone device. And these component parts are made up of roughly 70 raw materials. Many of these component parts come from highly constrained sources of supply, which makes the supply chain around the smartphones extremely complicated. For example, the OLED component is primarily manufactured by Samsung, who own 95% of the overall global market share. Also, what's interesting is if you add up all the different travel and the sourcing that happens around these component parts, your smartphone device has traveled to the moon and back before you make the purchase as a consumer. Once these component parts are sourced from 43 countries across 6 continents, they're ready to be assembled. Most of this assembly happens in countries like China, India, South Korea, and Japan. There are over 2,800 smartphone devices that get manufactured every minute of the day. This is a really complicated supply chain, particularly when you think about not just the manufacturing, but the distribution of these smartphone devices across all the various demand regions where the consumers exist. And these logistical challenges are getting further exacerbated with the current trade disputes that are ongoing around the world. The overall demand for smartphone devices has ebbed and flowed over the years, but when we've analyzed the data here at Llamasoft, we've found that the key causals or the key attributes that drive demand include the following: price of the smartphone device, the extended battery life, the processing power, and the new features that come with every upgrade cycle. Now, you'd think that someone like me has always got the latest smartphone device. What I'll admit to is I was stuck with a 4-year-old device that I just upgraded a few weeks ago. Now that you've upgraded your device, the question becomes, what do you do with the old one? In fact, just in North America, there are over 150 million units that get thrown away every year. That accounts for roughly $1 billion worth of reusable materials that is going to waste. That's an opportunity, and one that we can try to solve together.
Okay everyone, thank you for attention. I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.